After another week of violent protests on campuses and scores of student arrests, calls to balance the country's needs and to phase in free education. Wits Chancellor Dikgang Moseneke also condemned the violence marring the campaign. The former Deputy Chief Justice spoke at the launch of his autobiography, My Own Liberator, in his hometown of Atteridgeville. Former President Thabo Mbeki said other challenges like health and poverty should not be negated.
I don't have to tell you how important education is. Look what it has done for me. Huh? Look just what it has done for me, okay?
An impassioned plea from Dikgang Moseneke and a reminder of what the Constitution says about further education, that the state must make it progressively available and accessible through reasonable measures.
We cannot have universal access to education when you don't allow those who choose to study to continue studying. So to summarize, you've got a valid cause, but all demonstrations must be lawful, they must be within the law, and universities are rare assets and we cannot ban them and destroy them.
And a plea not to elevate the higher education problem above others.
There must be this access to universities, to TVET colleges, and so on. But we must understand that that goes parallel with all of these other challenges. There is none of the challenges which face us is unique. And you say, if you solve this one problem, you've solved the problems of South Africa.
Appeals amid ongoing initiatives in support of free higher education. Parents and civil society gathered at Constitutional Hill.
All of these groups together, we're hoping that they can be the beginnings of certain actions taken to move this to a national level, and for all of this conflict not to be concentrated in the campuses at the moment, because what we're seeing on the campuses is that there's a very, very sincere struggle unfolding, but it has reached a point where students and university management are not managing to sit down and resolve anything. And in fact, they don't have the power inside the campus to resolve this. This has to be resolved at a national level.
There are many proposals that have been put on the table. We can all protest until the cows come home, but we are looking at what is feasible. Very valid proposals have been put on the table of the Interministerial Task Team with Treasury, and they are being looked at. But together with the universities, we are pulling resources of experts to evaluate all of those and say what is practical. I think rather than the noise that we see, there are many of these proposals are valuable. The only thing is about when and how much.
Meanwhile, Wits student leader Shaira Kala remains in hospital after being shot several times with rubber bullets on Thursday.
She's still in hospital,
okay.
But she's recovering well. She's still in lots of pain, but God willing, she's on her way out. Nothing serious.
Police watchdog Body IPID is probing the shooting incident. The SAPS have been criticized for using excessive force. Hasina Gori, SABC News, Johannesburg.